What's up, everybody? It's Crown Me Tessie the Queen, and welcome to another episode of T.O.O.G Tuesdays. So I definitely want to get started by thanking everybody for all the love they showed me on episode 2 when I did the poem, The Legacy of T.O.O.G. The poem dedicated to my mom. Thank you guys for showing so much love and for all the comments you guys sent me and left me about it. If you haven't seen it already, go back and check out episode 2, The Legacy of T.O.O.G, and check out episode 1 if you haven't seen that one as well. But for this episode, I'm going to share with you guys a few things. So episode 1, I talked about accountability and how I started T.O.O.G Tuesdays as a way to hold myself accountable. So in this episode, I'm going to catch y'all up a little bit, and I'm going to be sharing the 3 ways that I've been holding myself accountable since that first episode dropped. All right, so 3 ways I've been holding myself accountable. Number 1, the first way that I've been holding myself accountable is that I just took time, stepped away, and I had to find my voice. I had to figure out what I wanted to write about, what type of stories that I wanted to tell. Anybody who watches film and TV, there's no shortage of subject matter. So I really had to step away and figure out what type of content I wanted to put out into the world. And in doing so, taking a break, clearing my mind, and really zoning in on that, I figured it out. Ding. I'm not going to share it with you guys right now. I want you guys to stay tuned, stay on the journey with me, and it will be revealed, over the course of these episodes and with me putting out my content and you seeing what I'm doing. So number 1, found my voice. Number 2, the second way that I've been holding myself accountable, I had to do some research. I had to find some resources and help and all that stuff. So Google has been my friend. Getting into screenwriting, script writing, it's a whole new world leaving corporate America, and I don't know anything about it really. Just that I'm a writer. I want to write. It's what I want to do. So I had to do some research and try to figure out how to even go about it. How do you break into this type of industry? One of the resources I found I want to share, Issa Rae's company. Everybody knows Issa Rae. She's doing it big, Insecure. Now she's casting Spider-Man, and she got a record label, all this stuff. So shout out to Issa Rae for being so inspirational. Go Black girl, go, woo! Her company, Hooray, is doing they have a Patreon, and one of the series on their Patreon is called Building the Table, and it's basically just her and her team giving all types of information about the industry. How do you get into it? How do you get in the writer's room? What are they looking for as a writer? Do you need a manager, an agent? How to go about getting a manager, agent? All these types of things that you wouldn't know, they are giving that information on. So shout out to her and her company, Hooray. And that's one of the things I found when I was doing my research online. So I, of course, subscribe to the Patreon account so I get those episodes, and that's been helping me a whole lot. So number 1, just to recap, found my voice. Number 2, did some research, look for some resources, got some help. And number 3, the third and final way that I've been holding myself accountable since episode 1 dropped is that I actually wrote. Hallelujah. I actually sat down and I was able to write. And I think the first 2 things are really what helped me to be able to clear my mind and clear out the writer's block. I talked about that, where I just felt like I had a creative block. But getting organized and focusing on what type of stories I wanted to tell, and then actually feeling like I had mapped out a plan when I did that research and went on Google and all that, helped to clear my mind a lot, helped to make me feel less overwhelmed, and I was able to write. So I got a completed pilot for a TV show finished, and I'm working on the second one. And also, what helped me out with clearing that creative block, I was able to, in addition to script writing, TV, and all that stuff, I was able to complete, get it edited, ready to be published and printed, my second book. I used to want to be somebody. Right here. I used to want to be somebody. So this is the proof copy. It says not for resale, but this is it, finished in the flesh, and it is coming out on this Friday, June 18th. I used to want to be somebody. It's going to be available on Amazon.com, so check it out. I have the link below. If you're watching this on Instagram, the link is in my bio. You can buy a copy, but holding myself accountable in those ways that I just talked about helped me to focus and finish this, because this has been in the works for quite a while and I just hadn't gotten through it. But yeah, those ways of holding myself accountable helped me to finish this. And this book, if anybody bought my first book, if anybody bought this book, Wilderness, and you've read it, and you know my story from this, Wilderness is poems from when I was a kid and that I started writing after my mom died. And so poems in this are really, really deep, sad, emotional. I was going through depression and just had all these anxiety and fear and worry after the loss of my mom, and kind of through adulthood, just my childhood kind of going the way it went. And this book was really just my way of releasing that and kind of getting it off of me. And once I put it out into the world, I immediately felt a weight lifted off of me. And honestly, I didn't know that I would write another book of poetry. I didn't know what else I had to say, but in the 3 years since releasing this book, a lot has happened in my life. I made a lot of changes. I moved across the country from South Carolina, North Carolina to California, started a new job, my big girl job, left my big girl job. I've made friends here. I've gotten more into poetry and speaking, and just I've grown so much as a person. So over the course of those 3 years, obviously as a poet, I still was writing. I just didn't think I would put it in a book format, but I felt like, you know what? I have something to say still. I have something that I think people need to hear, and it's the next part of my story. I didn't want to leave you guys on the note of depression and sadness that was in that book. So this book, I used to want to be somebody, it kind of picks up where that one left off in 2018, in my new journey and my new self, and going to therapy and figuring out, who I am and what I'm doing in my path. So that's this book. That's what I'm talking about in here. That's what the poems are about. There's poems that reflect my life, the things that are going on in the world, and Black Lives Matter, and my take on that, and just everything. So check me out. I used to want to be somebody. I used to want to be somebody so bad until I realized I've always had the ability to be me. June 18th, this Friday, available on Amazon. If you see me in the streets, holla at a player, because I will have books on me, and I got Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, I got the card, chip, reader, square, swipe, whatever you need. You can buy this book, you can get it from me. And also, if you haven't bought my first book, go get this. This is still available on Amazon. I still have copies of this on me. Everywhere I go, I keep the books in my trunk. I'm like Master P. I'm filling out the trunk with it. Hustling, That's me. Check me out, support. And that's all I got for y'all today. 3 ways I've been holding myself accountable and what it has led to. As y'all saw, the fruits of my labor. One is this new book, and then also I have some pilots that I've finished and then I'm still working on. So it's been going really good since I've started this series. So thank you guys for holding me accountable. Everybody who reaches out to me, comments, hits me up about it. I appreciate you guys. As always, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and then support. I don't have T.O.O.G merch on myself this time, but go to trueopportunitiesofgreatness.com, buy some merch, support me, support the brand, help me continue my work, what I'm trying to do with the kids and in the schools and all that. Hit me up, T.O.O.G, trueopportunitiesofgreatness.com, Instagram, crownme_Tessie. And one more thing, if you go to the website, there's some updates to it. I'm now available for booking. So starting for the next school year, come August, if you want to bring T.O.O.G to your schools, that's on the website. Hit me up, reach out to me, email me, and we can talk about it and figure out what it is you want to bring me to your school and do. But I have a whole list of options on the website, so hit the website up, check me out, and thank you guys. It's been another episode of True Opportunities of Greatness Tuesdays. Appreciate you guys for watching. Crown me Tessie, out.